Hello, loves. How are you doing? I wanted to give you another channel message today. I'm cleaning out all my cards. All my cards. I'm testing them to feel the energy and then I'm cleaning them out. But I was using my Intuit Oracle cards, second edition. And I'm just looking at them. And something reoccurring was coming up that I felt that I needed to share. I noticed that every time, and this was from my path because I asked a question about my path. Every time I would start out as the fool. Every time I would start out new. Every time I would start out refreshed. It'd go good, monkey wrench gets thrown in. And I do mean every time. And I was like, The funny thing is, though, the timing shows it should have happened. But something decided else otherwise. Now, a lot of times we think they're people. I want you to understand there are spirits behind some of these people. And spirits will do this shit. Now, at first I started to get triggered. And I'm like, every time I move forward, every time. But notice, I want you to think about something. I want you to look back and think about every time you started to move forward and every time an obstacle was thrown in, were you ever given someone to help you? Do you find that each time you were, or most of the time you were meant to do it alone? See, I want you to understand something. Your enemies meant for you to be alone. So a lot of things will get taken. And of course, when you get tired of it being taken, at some point, some people get up and just feel no way out and kill themselves and go on about your business. Okay? And most of y'all don't pay attention what happens to your energy after that point. I knew early on, so I was like, no, you ain't doing that shit to my energy. So I'm going to fight and take. Right? So I was looking at this and how many times I should have had. But there was always something. Some deception, some lie, some thievery. Then I get to this part, the justice, right? And a lot of you are being called to network with people. Here's why. Because if you have a close connection with folks around you, they too will see what you're going through and will ask the question why, and will question and wonder. Then they will start to see things happening to their life because they're questioning. Now, a lot of y'all, again, believe in one God. That don't mean that one God or one spirit or what else have you is messing with you. I want you to understand there are other spirits on the other side out there that fuck with people. And they're not just demons and jinns and shit like that. These are things that are supposed to be good and are not. Okay, I want you to understand. Not all of these gods agree. Not all these spirits agree with each other. Okay? Think of it this way. If you were a god, right, and you were placed under another, because in order to survive, you got to be believed in. And so you have an L who people are believing in, and yours gets squashed or forgotten about because people are converting to just believing in one. How would you feel? Do we not go through that on this plane when we create and people are taking our shit over and they bypass what we do for other people because they're more famous or popular or a celebrity because they feel if they know them, they can get their push up? Do we not get looked over like that? I want you to understand what happens on the other side happens here too. So I was thinking about this and I was looking at this. You must get out and network. You must be around your tribe or start growing yourself being around people that are similar to you. Similar experiences to you, similar thought process, you mindset, love is you, your people. You got to start networking with your people because you're not meant to walk through this alone anymore. They're meant to witness. See, what these spirits don't understand is that the spiritual courts, the Akashic records have documented it all. It's all there. They can try to say what they haven't done. It's in the Akashic records who did what, when, and where, and how. So you're going to need your tribe on this plane because you going to present to that spiritual court. I didn't do anything. I got witnesses. Same thing in regular court. I got witnesses. I got alibis. This is how I've been moving. I don't know about these other people, but this is, or other spirits, but this is how I've been moving. That all goes into account. A lot of y'all don't think about that. So I was sitting up here thinking, and I was seeing now that justice, right? And this Hierophant was supposed to be your friend, was supposed to help you, but wanted to take your place. And a lot of these timings, they keep saying the timing was off, but the timing wasn't off. The timing was altered. There's a difference. I don't know if you notice, like, say, for example, you'll be sitting up and it'll be 4:08, right? And 30 minutes have passed. And it should be 4:38, but you look up again and it's 4:12. Now, everything in your spirit will be like 30 minutes passed. Didn't know you innately knew timing, huh? But then you look at a clock, which is man-made, and only 12. Or you will have seen a clock and it says 4:38. But then when you look up again, it says 4:15. You understand? Okay. So when you're dealing with divine timing, don't go by man's time. Everything, as they say, is right on time, but there are a lot of things that mess with the keys of time that are not supposed to. But again, you can't erase it from the Akashic record. The Akashic record is what is. We all have one. Every being has one. And you have access to yours, as Edgar Cayce said. You have access to yours to read it. But you got to come humbly with love, with a good reason why you need to read it. So then I was looking at, I left off on, there was a card saying magnifying, getting more clarity and information, right? But then we got to know, being in the middle, got to know. But after that, it was Metamorphosis. That told me you can see the loop. And if I told you how it was looping based on the tarot, ooh, you would freak the fuck out. All I'm going to say is really put the major arcana in order and really look at the cards in the order they're in. It's going to tell you a lot about life cycles. It's going to tell you a lot about what we've been going through. But in particular, look at numbers 1 through 5 and the order those are in. Pay attention to that. Okay. That's all I'm going to say on that one. I ain't going to say nothing else yet because I can't. I was told not to. So you're not going to know and see what you need to know until you are at the right moment of metamorphosis, until you are at the right moment of evolution in your soul to know. Some of you are seeing your pictures are coming in. Your picture is starting to live. Now you hear that sound? You hear that? Trying to give you the information. But right, you can still hear me. But obstacles. That lets you know the obstacles are now less. They're getting less and less for what they can do. Okay? You're not going to know what you need to know about your growth until it's time for you to know. Until you truly transmute and change and transform. That's what that told me. Yes, you're not crazy. You are getting obstacles. You weren't being made to be in hermit mode and by yourself. But there are certain levels in your transformations that were needed because you had every transformation, if you noticed, sends you back to a inner child past life thing that you need to heal. Every transformation. So sometimes it will look like it's a loop going and you don't understand why. That's because you need to be fully healed for something, or at least 90 to 95% healed for something to happen that is needed on your path. That is your message, my loves. I have a feeling this may not be the only one today. All right, my loves, I love you. Take care now.